Hi, I'm Kevin Klein. Some time ago, I sent an email, a question to the public service with respects to how are we going to police, if you will, hockey arenas, because we do have some restrictions that have been placed on them by the provincial health orders, and we have our own City of Winnipeg restrictions that they have implemented at various places across the city. I got involved in this first of all because I'm a referee for Hockey Winnipeg, Hockey Manitoba, and Hockey Canada. I'm also a referee in chief. So I got emails from friends and acquaintances that I know in hockey, and they were two different directions. One email said that everyone has to wear a mask, everyone has to be double vaccinated except kids under 16, and then everyone had to be wearing a mask at all times, including the players. The other one had basically the same thing but said people on the ice don't have to wear a mask. So it's important. Like, one group is thinking kids have to wear a mask while they're playing, the other group is told they don't have to. And it took a while to get an answer. I sent an email and it was well over a month before I got a reply from the public service, well after they had already set up the direction and the rules for hockey teams. So here's my concern, and here's where I need your help. The City of Winnipeg has put the onus of policing vaccines on parents of hockey players. I do not believe that we should be passing the buck to parents. We do that enough when it comes to the province. We lay blame, we point fingers, and now we're handing over the responsibility to parents. Although we have a number of security guards, in fact, it's increased since 2014 at City Hall, and they check for vaccine, they check your card, they make you sign in, they ask you the COVID questions, and then you're allowed to enter. But we're not willing to do that for you. And in fact, you're paying all the bills, but we're putting that onus back on the parent, and they're accountable. This is unacceptable. This is not how leadership works. You don't keep passing the buck to somebody else while you take a photo for Instagram. Listen, I know for whatever reason it is, I try to put these questions forward and they don't want to answer them. They ignore me. Say the same thing. Oh, you don't understand how government works. You don't understand how government works. No, I do understand. I spent a quarter of a century watching how governments work, reporting on how governments work. And it's been the same for over a quarter of a century. And guess what? It's not working. That's why I agreed to put my name on a ballot, to try and change that. I've spoken to a few officers, and already police are getting calls to hockey arenas because this has created friction. We have those that are opposed to getting a vaccine. They just don't want to get it. But they're going to go watch the arena, and who is going to tell them? A parent from the other team is going to tell them that they can't go in and watch their child? Because that's what we've done as a City of Winnipeg. We've put it back on you. This is wrong. The officers I spoke to said, oh, it's going to be busy for us at hockey arenas. Is that an effective use of their time? Is that an efficient process for taxpayers, you? We should be taking on that responsibility. We're charging you rent, and we're making you control the facility on our behalf. So how do we justify that? How does any counselor justify that? I know it's not going to change. I can put a motion forward. Council will not approve that motion because I bring this stuff out. It really does irritate a lot of counselors. And I try to make sure that they know it's got nothing to do with them. It's not personal. Somebody has to start telling people what's going on. And I made a commitment to do that when I was elected almost 3 years ago. So when you go to an arena to watch your child play or watch a relative play, please don't give the person at the door checking your vaccine and asking the questions a difficult time. But let's all try to make it work until we get some real leadership at Winnipeg City Hall. and we start holding people making these types of decisions accountable.